This is round 2 because we did this all before and the footage was lost. So I lost the footage. I'm going to pack it properly this time and make sure it doesn't go missing. So me and Tom have had these conversations before. So we're just going to go over like what we talked about before, touch base with it and go from there. That covers it, I think. That gives the background, doesn't it?
I think so.
Okay, so this is obviously, we're talking in relation to the actors Meet the Alters, which is something that the patrons wanted us to do, was kind of get to know you guys, get your feedback, and you have our feedback on how things went. Yeah, so I guess if we start at the beginning, why did you want to play me? What drew you to the role?
I think in light of the project that we did last year, where I knew a lot less, I hadn't met you obviously. There was quite a lot of unknowns going into the project last year, and I feel as though when I found out the text I was being sent by the production company who made the first film was verbatim, I thought this is slightly different, you know. And obviously, having done my research, I kind of realised that there wasn't a preconceived idea of how a fictionalised version of you was to be received and understood. I say fictionalised.
I get you.
This is where we get the crux of the whole thing. And we spoke at length. Round 1, we spoke at length about this. It's not like being given a character. It's not like being given a script or a story. It's like really being let in to somebody's life and being simultaneously educated about a really fascinating life and set of circumstances. I'm hesitant to use the word condition or even illness or anything like that, because the more that I get to know all of you guys, the more I realise how like content you are as like a big happy family.
Yeah, just a different way of being, isn't it?
It's a different way of being. And while a lot of it obviously stemmed from pain and suffering, I feel as though that's not indifferent to a lot of people's identities, whether they are one person or multiple different people. I think the way that your life is manifested has been the latter, and to be a part of that in a artistic sense, because ultimately it is artistic, was a really good opportunity, and being able to stick with it and to see it develop into this awesome project we did a couple of months ago now is really fulfilling. So it's the reason I took the job was because it was different. Interesting,
something out of the box. What am I reading? Blah 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 blah. Where is that bit about actually? That's it. There. That's it. Yeah. So as like a non-gay guy, was it difficult going over to the dark side, so to speak? You know, because obviously that was the second time that you met Dave, who was playing Jamie. Yeah. Like, how do you like mentally prepare for that? Like, is that something that you have to really like gear yourself up for, or do you just not think about it because you're in character, if that makes sense?
I think I'm lucky enough to have known what like the feeling of being in love with someone.
Yeah.
No, the answer is no, because if you can channel feeling of love for someone, it's like if you need to be upset in a scene, you know, a lot of people will try and think about something awful that's happened to them.
Because that you relate to it. So it's just basically, it's kind of like, it didn't matter to you because you were just thinking, well, this character is in love with someone, and that's that, right?
Love is love, whether you sleep with guys or girls or anyone in between. And I feel as though getting two straight dudes in a room and being like, right, you're a gay couple, you know, it needs workshopping, and it needs discussion, and people need to know each other's boundaries and stuff. But ultimately, what we were doing is just being slightly affectionate.
Nothing. There was nothing like
right, and so,
18 plus going on there.
There's nothing X-rated, which is fine. It's just affection. It's, you know, you think about if you want to channel that and you're a straight guy, you're like, just think about maybe your father, your brother, cousins, whatever. Like, men are affectionate with men before they discover homophobia.
How did you find? How did you find your acting, and how did you find your portrayal? Because I know last time you criticised yourself a little bit, or said that you were your worst self-critic.
I think I did an alright job. I think I did an alright job.
It's fucking amazing. It's not even alright. It was amazing.
And it ended up being really fun because it was a slightly more organic environment. It was really nice not to necessarily have anyone else dictating what we did. As long as obviously the atmosphere of the text was there, then that's what was important. I feel quite happy watching it back. I actually feel really proud watching the 360.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I do too. I mean, like, it's the only thing I've ever been proud of that we've done.
Yeah.
So for me, I was
wouldn't say
like,
that.
wow.
I mean, like,
no, for me, I was
Oh,
like
okay.
that 360 project and the live stream, everything that was the only thing I've ever been proud of. I mean, the documentaries aside, you know, but I mean, YouTube-wise, yeah, that was the first thing I ever got excited about after I saw it. I was like, oh my days. And it was so fucking surreal watching it back. Like, I watched it like 10 times with the VR set, like, couldn't get over it because... And it's so weird hearing somebody speak your words, do you know what I mean? And be like, sort of like, what's it like, take on your character, take on you, like channel you.
Yeah.
And then it's like for the first time ever, people could see us with each other, and that was so hard hitting. It just, I still can't get over it now. It's
Right.
fucking fascinating.
And that's it. It doesn't feel like when you watch it back, it really doesn't feel like oh yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's more just like like what happens to all of these amazing people after the cameras switched off? You know, like they're all in a room together. Is I mean, it can't be any more surreal for any of us than it is for you.
I think that's why Jess found it so difficult on the day. We were such a dissociated mess.
Yeah,
and obviously we gave you fuck all direction because we just couldn't think. It was like,
great.
what a trail of thought. We couldn't even remember our lines. So in all of the project, like, did you have a favourite bit or anything that you liked doing in particular?
I think sounds quite wanky. I think can we swear on this?
Yeah, fine.
It sounds quite wanky. Sometimes I get told not to swear and it's a real mental block. The process was just really fun and really nice because everyone was kind of on the same. None of us had seen. We hadn't even met, right?
No.
Yeah. So none of us had seen each other for over a year, despite us obviously keeping in touch. And so it was. I really enjoyed arriving, getting ready, and us beginning. You know.
Yeah, so it's a wide lens, so you can see right the way around.
Whoa.
So the VR headset, you'll be able to do that, but not only that, you can kind of scroll on the video, so you can swish back and forth and also just look around. So that's kind of that's how the layout is. And again, I wanted people to kind of be in the center of what we deal with day to day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is it.
But I feel as I look back on the day and I the most positive part, the favourite part that I pull from it is the experience of the company, if you will, the group of all of us together, which felt like a real team spirit, despite the fact that we hadn't seen each other for such a long time.
Just swing whichever way. So it's about kind of gravitating back towards your space, but I wouldn't be afraid to kind of move about at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like we'd definitely be together.
That's so sweet.
Specifically for me, and as they're doing the acting bit, the live stream was exciting.
Got your heart going, your
Yeah.
adrenaline pumping and all that.
Very much so. The live stream was definitely my the point where I thought, yeah, right, you're many other things to this project, but now's your time to do the acting bit. And I thought, yeah, go for it.
That's had the box, isn't it? And I've like I said, you fucking nailed it. Like, my favourite bit was when you turned to Jamie and he said, I got a prescription for you. It's called Manners. And I absolutely died. And I've used it on Jamie since now. It's like, and I got you to thank for that. I can't believe in 14 years we've been together, I've not come up with that one. And you came up with it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I've got a prescription for you. It's called Manners. Yeah, you have to get them from behind the counter. They're that strong. Yeah, so
I was well impressed.
That was genuine. I mean, that's just. I like stupid wordplay, and I like taking the piss out of people.
But we have like strong banter in our relationship, and I think the fact that you got onto that was was fucking brilliant. That was so funny.
Good.
So
I'm glad.
hats off on that
That
one.
was really fun. I enjoyed that bit. I enjoyed how well it went down, because I thought it was a stupid thing to say. I was like, what are you doing? It's live, man.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have said if I could have come up with something clever like that. I felt like you've gone through like the most changes as well.
Right.
Like, so obviously you came into the room, you had to have all this fucking full face of makeup and spray your hair with like fucking child's hairspray.
I told you I forgot about that when I showered later on that day, didn't I?
Yeah, you got home
Did
and
I
it
tell you
was
that?
like,
And there was like black shit all over the shower, and I was like, what is going on? I realised quickly, obviously, but initially there was this like, oh!
like, where's this coming from?
Yeah. What's going on?
Just oozing black.
I'm
Yeah.
melting. That's what I thought.
Like the Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah.
Breathe.
I missed that class in drama school. So you have to not be able to.
And you painted your nails like brilliantly. I was so fucking impressed.
Thanks.
What point do you sort of become the character? Is it when someone says action to you, or is it when you got the script, or is it when you're all dressed up? Like, when's that moment?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, costume and makeup always really, really helps hugely.
What did you think when you saw yourself? Like, because you didn't see anything until it was all done, really, did you?
I thought, I thought Peng.
Peng. I love it.
You look Peng. I thought to myself, wow, this is like quite a professional makeup job. I haven't had many of those in my professional career, I'll be quite honest with you. So I felt very special and looked after, and then I had to remember that I was there to do a job, not just look good.
You see what I put it on then?
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, oh, completely. And I left there thinking like, well, the thing is, I'm too lazy to wear makeup all the time. But on stage during gigs and stuff, like I'll wear like eyeliner and all that stuff.
Bit of guy liner.
Guy liner, yeah, because it's
Bit of rock and roll,
it's
isn't
just
it?
it really is amazing. I know someone who hasn't worn makeup like throughout their life. It really is amazing. I know this is like probably old information to those who wear makeup all the time, but like amazing what it does for your confidence.
Oh yeah, I think I hide behind it, to be honest. If I'm getting fucking
Right.
deep, that's why I put it on. It's to make me feel better.
And that is very much a very real part of identity and character. And whether that is someone you're pretending to be, like when I'm pretending to be you, or if I leave the house and I'm if your confidence is slightly low and you're just like put something on, I don't know. I can't say I do it all the time. I don't want to sound disingenuous, but
But it's something you would do again now. You've experienced the glam of it, I guess.
definitely, Anyway, so I felt very looked after, and I felt very ready to do it.
Well, it's like, I know you said sort of last time that the next time we get together, you'd like to kind of method act, so be me from start to end, right? So before
I would
you're
like
in
to
the
do
room,
that
to
as a sort of personal challenge, but also
Yeah.
I feel as though, because whether it's Jess or yourself in the room, there is a facet of you there while we're recording. I feel as though it might render a more genuine response from people.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than me being Tom and then sort of like,
Well, that's what we were thinking. It's like, in a way, would I then be an alter review? Because, do you know what I mean? Like, we're having to say, like, if we need to ask what Tom wants, we have to be like, do you know what I mean? We have to ask, like, what does Tom think of this?
Yeah.
Is that how we kind of frame it in that
I think
zone?
that's unexplored territory, but I feel as though
That would work.
that would, in the same way I mentioned last time, exploring deeper facets of of how you began and the nucleus of who you are, your identity, the good and the bad stuff, is how I develop a truer, not for a better performance or a better.
No, but it's good to challenge yourself as well. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
to put more into the character. I guess.
and challenge you in many ways as well,
Yeah.
because like having literally a puppet version of yourself in a room would be easier than having an actor who is out of character, then in character, then out of character, then in character. It's not a crazy thing to do. Like,
No,
stay
I
in
think
character
it's
all day.
amazing. Yeah, was it difficult to get to grips with any of my traits or personality, and kind of how did you get to grips with that?
I think that it's more the relationship that your followers and your online community have with you.
Yeah.
That's the bit that I felt a little bit more pressure from.
Right. Okay.
Why? Because you're very much a you're you. You have this dialogue with everyone who follows you and loves you and the content that you put out. And genuinely, and for me, it's kind of like, oh, right, okay. So I need to now be tread this very fine line of being the sort of the edgier, ultimately the darker force at work, but also have this amazing, charming, sweet personality that you
bless.
have, which is kind of like what I'm describing there is just basic character work. But again, I bring it back to the fact that you're not a character in a script.
Yeah, I get you.
You're a very sort of real Everest to climb when it comes to performing, and almost sort of nerve-wrackingly so because of this relationship we have with your followers. So yeah, I think makeup, accent. We're not a million miles off from like how we behave and how we talk and all that stuff.
But as you saw from the feedback, people fucking loved you. Do you know what I mean?
It, and that really did put my mind at rest. I felt very welcome, very very loved by the community, and like loads of them keep up with me on Instagram now, which is sick. Like and some on Facebook.
As well, and I again touched about this last time, but we talked about like the dynamics of everyone on set, and said that it kind of merged quite funnily. That like, funnily is that the right word? You know what I fucking mean? Like, all right.
Sorry.
James laughing behind the set and all.
It's not the mistake. Funnily isn't what.
It is a fucking word. It just doesn't fit.
I just thought of like a funnel. Funnily.
All right. Funnily. All right. All right then.
No. You can say funnily. Can you say it 3 times really quickly?
Funnily.
Great, thank you. I'm happy. I can retire. Sorry, I had to. Go on.
Oh, my fucking point. Right, okay, we said last time, consequently, there we are, I don't know, better words, I don't know. Language, English is not my fucking strong point. That the dynamics in the room, it kind of actually ended up, like almost naturally, that you and Jamie ended up being the parental figures, like as actors as well, whereas James was quite new to it all, and Will did his bit, but he was also in for a good time, like Jake, very like floated in and casual and chilling, and like I think you and Dave kind of brought the experience to the room, that dadly figure, do you know what I mean? And that was quite cool, that it kind of reenacted real life in a way.
It's good that it worked out that way, I think, because that's the kind of stuff you can't really rehearse. Things like age and like experience and all that stuff. It was good that
you just had that natural dynamic, do you know what I mean? I think everyone kind of had that natural
It's good casting.
way about
it's we have whoever long time ago, whoever put us in a room together, we have them to thank.
I saw your Facebook as well, where like after you've done it all, that you took a picture, selfie like me, put it up, and someone was like, "You look like your sister," and I love that. Made me fucking laugh. But what's the reaction generally been from people that have like, you've kind of told about the project or have seen what you've done? Like, what's that all been like?
It's one of the more interesting projects to explain to people, and so I say to people, yeah. So it's approached by this wonderful woman, Jess. She's a lovely Welsh lady, and she's got kids.
And she's fucking bonkers.
She's got kids. She's got a family, all that stuff, and but she is all these different people, and that's the first one. That's the first one, and then I get to explain. So it's a condition called dissociative identity disorder, and what I'm doing is I'm brought in to externalize a personality of this collection of people, and then the conversation goes, what? So hang on, what happens is, who is it in the room? Like, do they change like all the time, or like who talks to you, or like what about their accents and stuff like that? And I'm like, genuinely, it's one of the most interesting facets of human psychology I've ever had the privilege to have like first-hand experience with now.
Thank you, Tom.
Because you can read about it, you can watch all your material, anyone else who puts material out about this stuff. But I mentioned to you that's the first time we did this, round one. I don't think there's Jess at all. I don't like. It's just not there.
That's right. Yeah, you kind of said that like you forget sometimes actually that this is Jess's body. Do you know what I mean? And
completely no, but like I genuinely haven't. It's like even sort of before we'd even spoken, like an argument could be, oh, is it just the accents that are defining features? No, it's energy. It's your look. It's it's the
Yeah, people mention about an aura when they get to know us.
Aura.
It's like there's different auras, you know.
Perfect word to describe. So I get to basically tell people, friends and family, like what I'm doing is I'm working with a collective of people who do switch and swap as and when we're working. Maybe it's a bit stressful and someone fronts or whatever, and not all, whatever, someone fronts, and it becomes the energy changes, but it's never at all uncomfortable or spooky. It's almost actually quite. I mean, I remember in the room, it was kind of almost. There was almost like a celebration. That, That one of the others had come out, and it was like, like, here they are. So I get to basically just talk about a really cool job that is an ongoing relationship, which is the cool part.
So stigma bashing while you're talking about your work at the same time.
Yeah, and I can't say I've come across. I mean, why would I? I don't have DID, but I mean, everyone I've spoken to has only ever been like
interested. Yeah,
interested, or like, oh my god, like, and they have a family. Like, it must be so difficult, So like, if anything, I feel almost like a sort of missionary telling people about how cool it is. Really,
you'll be doing like the Book of Mormon, knock at the door next. Hello. So, if someone else was to portray me, I know you've done like a lot of like, you've got to know me really well now. So like, if anyone else was coming along and being like, Tom, really want to portray Ed, what should I do? What would you recommend to them? Or even playing an altar in general, do you know what I mean? Like, I guess, because that's quite a sensitive thing too, right?
Yeah, I'd say approach it with the correct level of sensitivity, because that is an important part of it. But also, don't be afraid to put your own spin on it. Say spin. Don't be afraid to really embody this person and this personality. Understand that Ed specifically, though, Ed, I love saying Ed to you, is ultimately present for a reason, and they're not all necessarily reasons that come from a positive or light place. So in order to achieve that jokey, wonderful person that you are, which I feel as though I just managed, in that last day we had, I just managed to get there with all that banter that you mentioned and all that stuff. Understand that there's a load of like anyone, there's a load of bleak shit underneath, and that's the substance. That's where you that's where you root and you stem. You plant your 2 feet in the nucleus of who you are. That's not to define you as ultimately a dark person, but you have facets, personality traits that your alters do not have. So I think Ed in particular is someone to be is someone to be approached with a good degree of research, understanding, emotional openness as a person, as an actor as well.
I just heard Jake. I've heard Jake a few times today. Just heard him be like, "Yeah, it's like Powerpuff Girls, sugar, spice, everything nice. You mix all them ingredients together."
It's so true. Oh yeah, of course. Fuck, I haven't seen that since I was a kid. That's because it's 20-something years old.
So now that you've met me a few times, would you change your performance of me in any way going forward?
I feel as though just being around you means that I would change my performance, my portrayal of you, to be genuinely just more playful.
Oh,
meeting and spending time with and being at one with is the most useful thing. And from our 2 now like long fun meetings, from those meetings I would say that there's a lot of light and positivity that you put out, whether you mean to or not. And I think I would take that into the room for me next time.
Oh, that's so lush. Thank you. Yeah, so fun quickfire questions like last time, right? Because that was so fun. Okay. What was you saying last time? What's your go-to drink when you're out and about?
Out and about, rum and coke.
Rum and coke?
Yeah.
Say rum and coke, or if I'm going to be fancy, it's the espresso martini.
Yeah, espresso martini, strawberry daiquiri for me.
That's it, you said strawberry daiquiri. Espresso martini, loving it. You're at home, right? Night in. What do you put on the telly?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay, comedy.
Yeah. Gasps of appreciation coming from the crew there. Yeah, comedy. I mean, I don't know. So, my partner and I've been watching. Catastrophe. It's okay. It's cool. It's a good coupley thing to watch. Anyway, what about you?
Yeah.
You get home. What'd you put on? Netflix? Are you on? Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. Got
Amazon,
Netflix.
Yeah.
I like American Horror Story. Although I'm not really enjoying this season. I don't know. It's all right. I like anything like dark. Like I love The Alienist. That was like so fucking good. That's on Netflix. It's called The Alienist. It's like early days. That's what you called a psychologist back in the early days.
All right. Okay. So this is like basically a really condensed Desert Island Discs.
Okay.
You're Tom Hanks. You're in the film. Is it called Crash? No. What's Castaway? You're Tom Hanks.
Okay.
You're in the film Castaway. You've been castawayed, and you're on the island, the desert island. Mm-hmm. Which 3 singles, not singles, just songs, records?
Oh, okay. I thought you were on about people. I was like, all right, I'm partying on my island with like single people. Well up for it.
Well, we could do that. We could do that.
If I was single. If you were
single, yeah. For the sake of you not being single, let's not do that one. Which 3 records, songs would you take with you to a desert island?
Ooh, okay. Placebo, Pure Morning.
Yeah.
Obviously. I would take. I love Casual Affair by Panic at the Disco. It's just got this real vibe. Love a bit of PTAD. And probably something from Bring Me the Horizon. Something. I quite like my heavier stuff.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you bring?
3 songs?
Yeah, 3 songs.
Okay. In My Life by the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Kooks by David Bowie. And 5446 was my number by Toots and the Maytals.
Oh, I've not heard that one.
I can see by your face you
No.
don't know any of those.
Well,
tunes.
I know the first 2.
Oh, great. Okay.
Do know the first 2, don't know the last one.
Right, it's a reggae tune, but it's one of my favourite tunes ever.
Wrapping up. Thank you, Tom,
Thank
for coming
you.
back again.
Give me some of that.
No, thank you for seeing me.
Yeah. Well, anytime.
Thank you so much. And yeah, obviously, if you want to like follow Tom, feel free to follow him. His details are in the descriptions below. Yeah, he's a fab actor. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, check out the 360 Project, or check out the Confrontation Scene, or the live stream with the Alters. It's all fucking amazing, and he's a proper smashing job of playing me. So,
Thank you,
proper
mate.
sick job.
Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Tom.
So yeah, this is the entrance hall. Oh, we take our shoes off here.
Oh, right.
Great. Hallway, obviously. Kitchen, doubles as a lounge. Bathroom, up in the corner.
Wasn't the lounge through there?
Yes, and no, yes, it was, but it's now my yoga studio. Oh, a yogi.
Like the bear.
What?
Sounds relaxing.
It is. Keeps me fit.
So what's storage like in here?
Well, we currently have a cupboard each, but currently all the Tupperware is in yours.
Right. Where does that go now I've moved in?
Oh, I don't know. We've kind of gotten used to it all in there now.
Right. Is that a bathroom?
Yeah. So, one reminder, if you... Hey, what are you doing?
I don't know, but I've kind of gotten used to you in there now.